And the bell just rang, ladies and gentlemen. We are underway. G1 Climax 2015, Day 2. We are starting off with, it looks like Yohei Komatsu taking on Tiger Mask.
And this is going to be a very interesting opening bout, Ashton. We've got two legends teaming up in Jushin Thunder Liger and Tiger Mask against the two our younger prospects in Jay White and Yohei Komatsu. Very interested to see if these two young men can capitalize on the opportunity they've been given. If they could somehow manage to win this bout tonight, what a statement that would make to the rest of the New Japan locker room.
Absolutely, and we're starting things off pretty quickly with a tie-up, and looks like Komatsu is going to start this thing off with a little bit of an advantage over Tiger Mask.
Indeed, and look at the aggressiveness, the clubby blows to the back of Tiger Mask. Yohei Komatsu, I mean, he's not here to play around. He realizes who he's in the ring with. Oh, but look at Tiger Mask, though, checking him, though, with the kicks. And what a chest kick there, spinning variation by Tiger Mask.
And he's lining something up here.
I'll tell you what, Tiger Mask, you know, I know it's a legendary character, a legendary figure in Japan. Yeah, you think legendary, you think more ancient, and he's keeping up with Yohei Komatsu right now.
I forget, there was somebody, I don't know if it was Jericho or Benoit or Malenko, but somebody that ended up in WWE was Tiger Mask 3. And this guy's Tiger Mask 4. Who was Tiger Mask 3, John?
It might have been Jericho, from my recollection. But
Oh, and looks like we're getting a full switch up. It looks like Jay White's going to be taking on Jushin Thunder Liger now.
yeah, Jay White, you and I mean, this isn't the first time we've seen this young man compete. We know he's got the chops to hang in there with the best of them, but Jushin Thunder Liger, you want to talk about seeing men compete. We've seen Jushin Thunder Liger multiple times in both New Japan and ROH. We know the goods that this legend possesses.
Oh, you know what? I think that the reason that I thought that I knew who Tiger Mask 3 was because I think that's actually the guy that fought at the Lucha Libre World Cup.
Ah.
Koji Kanemoto?
Yes, you're right, Ashton, you're right. Yeah. And Jushin Thunder Liger goes for the clothesline. And look at Jay White there with the beautiful form drop kick.
Yeah, that was impressive.
Runs off the ropes. Look at that. Jushin Thunder Liger using Jay White's
drop.
aluminum to send him to the outside. Wow. Yep. Oh, now Tiger Mask holding Jay White in place, and there's a baseball slide there by Liger. That's what you call a calculated maneuver. I think that's what you learn in Jushin Thunder Liger's career when you've been around the block as many times as he has. Not everything has to be flashy in order to be effective. That was a very potent baseball slide, kind of reset the playing field for the team of Jushin Thunder Liger and Tiger Mask. And now Liger could be thinking surfboard, but Komatsu saying not right now.
Very smart by Komatsu to break that up before Liger has a chance to inflict any real damage.
Well, absolutely. Komatsu, I think, had a real sense of urgency seeing Jay White struggle at the hands of these two legends.
And in comes Tiger Mask to kind of quicken the pace, I'm guessing.
And that was a drop kick there to Jay White. Jay White here, really, again, struggling, having his hands full. And Tiger Mask, I like that. He saw that Komatsu was about to come in, shifted his eyes immediately towards him. That's that veteran instinct.
Yeah, absolutely. Jay White trying to fight out of this, though. He needs to get a tag in. Komatsu is absolutely ready to get into this match.
Well, I think, Ashton, when you're on the defensive in a tag team match, you really begin to feel the numbers game. Even though you have a partner, it really does feel like a 2-on-1 situation, especially when you're as effective at cutting the ring in half as Liger and Tiger Mask are proving to be right now.
Oh, and now it looks like Liger's going to go for a surfboard again. Komatsu's not coming in to break it up this time, though, is he? Oh, yes, he is. Yes, he is. Look at this. Oh, the ref's stopping him, though. Look, the ref stopped him for breaking it up.
And now Jay White at the mercy of this surfboard. Is he going to tap into... Oh, look at Liger, though, just bending Jay White's body. The human body is not supposed to bend that way. But Liger does not give a damn. And
now Komatsu's coming in. Oh, no, again, the ref caught him.
I'll tell you, Komatsu, you can tell he's definitely feeling antsy. He's definitely got that sense of urgency to help his partner, but it doesn't matter. Jay White is in no man's land right now. He's in a neutral corner with Liger. Liger now shoots him into the other corner. And now, oh, but look at Jay White there with the back elbow, perhaps out of desperation. Goes to the top rope. Nice drop kick there.
Middle rope top drop kick.
Indeed. And
now, looked like he was getting ready to go to the top rope, but he just kind of took a break at the middle. And in comes Komatsu. Hot tag, baby.
Oh, beautiful back elbow there. Got all the momentum behind it. Liger versus the Irish whip. Komatsu there off the ropes. Shoots off the ropes now. Ducks the clothesline. And what a forearm there by Komatsu.
Yeah, he's really good. I remember saying something about how he kind of reminds me of Hideo Itami last time we saw him, and he's just doing more and more to prove that point.
What a senton there by Komatsu.
That was
Beautiful form.
beautiful, yeah.
Single arm, front face lock kind of suplex there. Actually, kind of a bridge going with it, but he only got a 2 count. And now, Komatsu measuring Liger. Could it be a German? Got the waist lock. Liger slips out of it. Oh, now Komatsu off the ropes. Oh, what a clothesline by Liger. And now this could be the moment. Can he get the tag to Tiger Mask? If I'm Komatsu, I want to stop that at all costs. I don't think he's going to, and Tiger Mask gets the tag.
Almost, but not quite. It seems like Komatsu was a little bit too out of it to stop Liger from getting the tag.
Well, that clothesline, I mean, you want to know what
Oh,
strength
but
brings.
he lifts him up into a nice side suplex, side slam.
Oh, wow, these two young men, I mean, again, really holding their own. They have a statement they want to make.
And it
now
looks
it's
like Jay
J1.
White has had enough time to recover because he was eager for that tag.
Absolutely.
Oh, he goes after Liger. Nice. Cutting everyone off.
Absolutely. I mean, isolate the legal man. I think that's very smart strategy. Almost a veteran instinct from Jay White there. Now Komatsu with a back elbow there to Tiger Mask. Oh, no, look at
Komatsu's
this.
going to hold Tiger Mask. This might be their make a big mistake right here.
No!
Nice missile drop kick from Jay White to Tiger Mask.
Beautiful.
Komatsu trying to prevent Liger from getting in the ring, but no, Tiger Mask kicks out.
That's great defense by Komatsu and White there.
He needs to make sure he doesn't get disqualified for being in the ring for too long.
That is true, Ashton. I mean, I don't know. I think Japanese tag team wrestling adheres to similar rules as American. You have to, get back to your corner on 5.
And it seems like they are a little bit more liberal about it, though, especially for juniors. I mean, I don't know if... Yeah, I guess this would be juniors, because I know that Jushin Thunder Liger is a very historied and well-established junior heavyweight champion in New Japan.
And look at how game Komatsu and Jay White are proving themselves to be. Jay White having Tiger Mask in the high angle Boston Crab, and Komatsu having Liger in the single leg Boston Crab, and
Tiger Mask gets to the ropes. Yep. And that's the thing, too. Komatsu let go as soon as Tiger Mask got to the ropes because he wasn't concerned with actually getting any kind of submission victory, considering he and Liger aren't the legal men. All he wanted to do was prevent Liger from breaking up the other submission that was going on in the ring.
Exactly.
Oh, but Tiger Mask!
Oh,
wow,
God.
That looks painful.
Oh, that arm bars. Jay White got a tap and Liger.
A brutal, extended armbar even, because that would be a Fujiwara, but he's got the other arm lifted up as well. That looked incredible. That was like a modified, almost like a Batista bite, Rings of Saturn.
Oh, that elevation there, just excruciating. But Tiger Mask now fighting off the 2-on-1 offensive. And now he's got Jay White in a crucifix pin. 2. And, Komatsu broke it up. Broke it up.
Barely broke it up. That was so close. I think the Tiger Mask would have had Jay White. I think that's the second time now that Tiger Mask would have won this match via Jay White. First time being submission, this time being pinfall, if it hadn't been for Komatsu breaking it up.
Oh, Tiger Mask with that measured kick to the head of Jay White. Double underhook. Tiger Bomb.
Yeah, Tiger Bomb. That's got to be
2,
it.
3 count.
Yep, there it is. Man, Tiger Mask was just absolutely dominating Jay White at the end of that match. And Komatsu saved them from losing the match twice, but then Jushin Thunder Liger took him out and he couldn't save the third pinfall.
Well, I mean, Ashton, let's give all the credit in the world to Komatsu and Jay White. They were incredibly game in this opening bout. I mean, there were a couple points where I thought they might have gotten the win. I mean, that double submission hold we saw only a few moments earlier.
Yeah, that looked like something that Red Dragon would do.
Exactly. I mean, the defensive game of Jay White and Komatsu, either keeping Liger isolated or Tiger Mask isolated. Once this match got going, those guys got in a groove, and they really took the fight to Liger and Tiger Mask. If I'm them, I come away from this bout very impressed.
And now Jay White and Komatsu get to put back on their street clothes and get back to ringside because I believe they are young boys, so they get to help all the other wrestlers out with ice packs and helping them to the back and that kind of stuff.
Exactly. So it's going to be a grueling day.
But it does look like Komatsu is going to go for a show of respect, shaking Tiger Mask's hand and now Jushin Thunder Liger's hand.
I think Komatsu realizes what he achieved here tonight. It may not have been victory, but when you can hang in there with legends, I think you kind of make a statement, which that's what this business is all about.
And it really did seem like they were going out of their way to make Jay White look like the weak link in that team.
Yeah, absolutely. Komatsu was like a house of fire when he was in there, and I think he recognizes that fact. I mean, the young man could have a very promising career.
I
That's
don't
all
think
up to him.
I don't think anyone even had any near falls on Komatsu. I don't think anyone even got any close pinning attempts on him.
I agree. Not that I took note of. And you know the dojo, I mean, it breeds discipline. I think it instills people a certain sense of strength, of character, and, that kind of training regimen, that kind of grueling lifestyle of just cooking, cleaning, tending to everything. They make stars under their system. I mean, there's no doubt about that. And Komatsu could be a future star in the making.
Yeah, I wonder if Komatsu's been on an excursion yet.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you, but I will say this. I mean, he's got all the goods. He's just got to put the pieces together, and New Japan could have a very bright star in their ranks.
For sure. Because I feel like I'm now he's like the only young boy that I really am looking forward to seeing him graduate from that young boy status.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Again, he was like a house of fire in that match. It just wasn't enough on this night to put down two wily veterans. And you gotta wonder what's our next bout gonna be here.
Well, music's playing. Sounds oddly familiar.
I believe we might be seeing Kota Ibushi.
Kota Ibushi, yeah. Golden Star, Kota Ibushi.
Oh, man, and I gotta tell you, this is my pick to win the G1 Climax tournament, but he had a rough start out of the gate. Day one of G1 Climax had a really compelling barn burner of a contest with Hiroshi Tanahashi. So we'll see now if Kota Ibushi can bounce back here tonight and maybe get a little bit of momentum back in his corner. And there you see him.
And it looks like he's actually teaming with Captain New Japan.
Yeah, should be a very interesting team. Captain New Japan, I mean, he also was in another tag match at the first day of G1 Climax, teaming with the current Intercontinental Champion.
You've got to think that this is going to end up being a preview for a match tomorrow, so whoever Kota is facing tomorrow is probably going to be a part of this other team.
Absolutely. Keeping up the trend of the first day.
Yeah.
These preview tag team matches, if you will.
Yeah.
And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that could be, is that Makabe potentially that we're going to see emerge? I'm trying to discern from the Titantron, but it's quite difficult.
Yeah, I can't tell.
And wow, that's a lot of bright lighting going on. I'll tell you something, folks. New Japan's production values, when they do entrances, they do them big.
Yeah. Especially for Wrestle Kingdoms.
I believe that is Makabe, actually.
Yeah, it does kind of look like Makabe. The silhouette's kind of Makabe-esque, but
and I see a championship around their waist, which could be the never openweight title, and a chain, which I feel like is signature Makabe.
Yeah, that's Makabe. But now the question has to be, who else is coming out with him? Since they're on a team. Makabe and Ibushi are on a team together.
Okay. Oh, that's quite a team right there.
Yeah.
What a contrast.
Versus the Bullet Club, baby.
Of course. Should have known.
That's awesome.
Well, I mean, Ashton, we know the big matchup that you and I have hyped on other episodes of Twit Wow, the G1 Climax tournament bout, Carl Anderson versus Shinsuke Nakamura. I cannot wait to call that with you. But for now, let's see if the Bullet Club can lay some groundwork for momentum. Maybe have a better second day than they did their first day. Their first day, they were 1-4. AJ Styles picking up the only win for the Bullet Club that night against Shibata.
Yep.
Can they have a reversal of fortunes here?
It's looking like Bad Luck Fale, Doc Gallows, and Cody Hall representing Bullet Club, which probably means that Cody Hall is going to be eating the pin.
Yeah, more than likely. But
Cody Hall looks incredibly stupid with blonde hair, though. I will add that.
Yeah, I don't really care for the look. But I'll tell you what, Cody Hall in his tag match, alongside his comrade Yujiro Takahashi, I thought really proved himself to be capable, and did an excellent job against, again, Captain New Japan and the current Intercontinental Champion. So that was quite...
Hiroki Goto.
Hiroki Goto, that's right. Who also proved himself to be very capable in that tag match. It'll be interesting to see him compete again in the future.
Oh,
and now look at this,
kicking things off right now, yeah. Welcome to the Bullet Club, people.
Yeah, too sweet, baby, too sweet.
They don't wait for the bell.
Bad Luck Fale, look at that, already imposing his will on Kota Ibushi. Now, it's interesting about Kota Ibushi and Bad Luck Fale, because they both had a rough first day at, G1 Climax Day 1. Bad Luck Fale falling to Naito, and Kota Ibushi again having that clinic with Tanahashi, but I mean, his knee got torn apart, and that will be the question actually, is how will the knee of Kota Ibushi hold up? And right now it seems to be holding up just fine.
I think another thing worth pointing out is that the only person out of the 4 people in this match that are a part of the G1 tournament, the only person of the 4 that actually won their first match was Togi Makabe.
Exactly.
Now, granted, he also probably had the weakest opponent of the 4, but Toru Yano isn't exactly a pushover with as many wins as he's gotten over Hashi.
Exactly. And look at Doc Gallows trying to take a cheap shot on Captain New Japan. Captain New Japan having none of it. And Bad Luck Fale got to try. Oh. Bad Luck Fale stopped. But there's Doc Gallows there, and that's what makes the Bullet Club so good.
Yeah. If one of them starts buying into your shit, the other ones will snap that guy out of it.
And I like the veteran instinct of Doc Gallows as a multi-time IWGP heavyweight tag team champion. Just taking advantage of Captain New Japan's distraction. And now this whole thing's just broken down, and Bullet Club has got the opposition isolated. Look at Bad Luck Fale just standing on Captain New Japan. Oh, God. I'm gasping for air just watching that.
Yeah, that would be pretty brutal. Honestly, with the size differential, that's basically New Japan's equivalent of the Big Show standing on your chest.
Oh, well, God, not a good way to spend a Thursday night, people. Jesus.
No. Well, Thursday morning in their case.
Yeah. And now Cody Hall going to get the tag. Now let's see if he can maximize the window that Bad Luck Fale has given him, because Captain New Japan is ripe and ready for the taking here. And now Cody Hall just driving the knees into Captain New Japan.
Yeah, he's taking advantage of the opening, like you said, that Fale left him.
And I gotta say, I like from Cody Hall that he does seem to be keeping Captain New Japan at least in the middle of the ring. He's not getting too close to allied territory. And now Cody Hall, they're kind of dragging Captain New Japan back to enemy turf. I appreciate that. That's being a student of the game. And single knee gut buster there by Cody Hall.
Yeah, that was actually a really impressive looking move. I think it's just because he's so tall, he got a lot of elevation on that.
Exactly. You want to talk about elevation? That leg drop to the back of the head. Absolutely beautiful. Cody Hall, I think, is a guy that's just going to get better by the day, better by the matchup.
Well, yeah, he's young enough. And in comes Doc Gallows. Gallows just going to town on Captain New Japan's head with those punches.
Yeah, if you're Doc Gallows, how frustrated must you be? You lost the first matchup, for yourself personally, in the G1 Climax by submission to the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, Tenzan.
Oh, boy. In comes Makabe.
Oh, and Makabe, like House of Fire, taking both Bad Luck Fale and Cody Hall off the apron. Now he's taking it to Doc Gallows in the corner, and what a clothesline.
Now he gets up on the middle rope, and are we going to get a 10-count punch from Makabe?
I think we are. Oh, man.
I think he might have gone a little bit over 10. It looked like 12.
Could be Northern Lights there, but Doc Gallows there stuffs it. Doc Gallows off the ropes, but he eats a clothesline from Makabe. Beautiful.
It's so strange to see somebody of Doc Gallows' stature get taken down that easily by a clothesline, but when you realize who's delivering it, you snap back into reality really quickly.
An uppercut there by Doc Gallows, and I'll tell you what.
Oh, and back in comes Cody Hall. That was a mistake, I think. I think Cody Hall does a complete mismatch going up against Togi Makabe's experience and just sheer willpower.
I'm inclined to agree with you. There is a reason that man is the never openweight champion in Makabe. And now look at Bullet Club, though, going to try and again get that man advantage. Doc Gallows and Bad Luck Fale taking care of, Makabe's tag team partners here in Kota Ibushi and Captain New Japan.
And they're almost kind of triple teaming Togi Makabe as well, because we've got a couple splashes followed up by a big jumping kick from Cody Hall.
And Captain New Japan using his last bit of strength to break up that pinfall.
They left that opening. They should have not allowed it.
You normally expect so much better, so much cleaner strategy, I think, from Bullet Club with how long they've been teaming together. Cody Hall is still relatively new, but still. And, Makabe there, breaking the double team and clotheslines there.
He didn't even take them off their feet, but he definitely staggered both of them.
Oh, good God. Now he just took Bad Luck Fale. Bad Luck Fale is a tower of a human being. Makabe making a statement here. And Kota Ibushi, moonsault, and they didn't catch him. I think the momentum was too great to stop. now
Oh,
Cody
but a
Hall.
big spinning lariat from Cody Hall onto Makabe, broken up by Captain New Japan. It did not look like Makabe would have been able to kick out of that had it not been for New Japan. I did not see that coming.
What a statement by Cody Hall that would have been to pin the never openweight champion.
Oh, it looks like Cody Hall wants a razor's edge, but no
Oh,
Makabe with the back body drop.
it does get the bad body over there. He's measuring Cody Hall. There's another clothesline sending Cody Hall into the corner. Doc Gallows and Ibushi are fighting on the outside. Who will gain supremacy here?
Well,
Makabe now.
it looks like Gallows is pretty clearly at the advantage against Ibushi, but on that same note, it also looks like Makabe is at a pretty clear advantage over Cody Hall.
And now look at Makabe. Oh, the knees.
Oh.
Is that going to be it? Bad luck Fale prevented from entering. 3 count. It's over.
Yep, that's got to be it, man. Those guys being held back, preventing Cody Hall from getting the pin broken up. Yeah, that had to be it. So.
And Doc Gallows' reaction, you could see him slamming the mat, tells the whole story. This is this man's second straight loss in day 2 now of G1 Climax. Lost his first tournament bout again against Tenzan, and now loses this tag team matchup. Doc Gallows has got to be frustrated beyond belief.
Well, and not only that, but this is the second time in this tournament out of 2 potential matches that Cody Hall has eaten a pin.
Exactly.
Not that it's surprising, because that's pretty typical behavior. Usually in Japan, the new guys, the young boys, get pinned, and they just get broken down and torn down and just made to look like, not necessarily jokes, but made to look weak until they graduate from that young boy status, and then they have somewhere to be built up from.
Exactly. I can imagine Cody Hall will be in for a stern talking to from Doc Gallows and Bad Luck Fale when they get to the back. But for right now, Kota Ibushi getting back on the right track with this victory here.
Jesus, Kota, you're going to break your freaking leg doing that one of these days, and it's going to be the dumbest thing you've ever done.
Kota Ibushi, I mean, excitement doesn't even begin to describe this young man. I think he's looking to get back in a good place in the G1 Climax tournament. This was not a tournament matchup, but I think any momentum is good momentum when you're in a position like Kota Ibushi is at 0-1 right now in your personal experience at the G1 Climax.
Yeah, and I have some good news, too, is that I actually do have the match card for tonight pulled up now, because earlier when I was talking about how I wonder who Kota Ibushi's teaming up with, and we were trying to figure out who Makabe was and stuff, well, now we don't have to do any more speculation because I have the card sitting right in front of me. Our next match is going to be Chaos, represented by YOSHI-HASHI and Toru Yano, taking on Bullet Club, represented by Tama Tonga and the phenomenal AJ Styles.
Interesting.
AJ Styles will be taking on Toru Yano tomorrow in a G1 match.
Oh, well, I think AJ Styles, I mean, not to be presumptuous here, but I think AJ Styles may be about to go too straight. I mean, we know Toru Yano and what he's about. I don't know if AJ and his veteran instinct, being around the block as many times as he has been, fall prey to those kind of tactics so easily. Yeah,
you've got to imagine, though, it's pretty safe to say that in that A block, the top guys are going to be AJ and Hashi.
Right.
It's really just a matter of which one. Maybe Ibushi will squeak in there, but I think between AJ and Hashi, it's going to be which one of them gets the most wins. It might even come down to who beats the other in their singles match against each other.
Right.
Because those really are the top guys. And, like, I like that, because, again, I've been kind of hammering this home since we started doing this commentary. There are 4 top guys in New Japan. It's Okada, Nakamura, Tanahashi, and AJ Styles. Whether the Japanese people want to admit, whether New Japan themselves want to admit that AJ Styles is one of their top guys or not, he is. It's fact at this point. Right. He's their champion and everything, too. So, that, I mean, if that doesn't solidify it, I don't know what will. So the fact that they took those 4 guys and split them up so that there's 2 of them in each block, I think is brilliant.
Absolutely. You know, I think it definitely builds the intrigue and the suspense. And I gotta tell you, I like this pairing of AJ Styles and Tama Tonga. I feel like they will be in an exceptional team and really take the fight to Chaos. And AJ Styles, man, he has got to be in the zone. Wins his first G1 Climax tournament bout against Shibata. He's getting ready to be in this tag team match. You know, he did lose his world championship to the Rainmaker Okada. But I think he's looking to get back in the hunt here.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. But he was the champion for most of the year so far.
Absolutely. I mean, look, AJ Styles to me is synonymous with that IWGP Heavyweight Championship. So I don't follow you. I mean, I'm more used to seeing the man with it than without it, is my point.
Right, yeah, I think that's kind of the mistake that I made too. But as far as that last match goes, believe it or not, we're actually getting two G1 matches tomorrow night from that last six-man tag. Kota Ibushi will be taking on Gallows, and Togi Makabe will be taking on Bad Luck Fale. Both matches happening tomorrow night in addition to the Toru Yano AJ Styles match that I was already talking about.
Yeah, it's going to be quite an interesting night tomorrow night as we, march on with the G1 Climax. But right now, here comes Chaos, and AJ Styles and Tama Tonga just look ready. We're going to see what can happen here. Now, it would really be something if Toru Yano can make kind of a statement in this matchup, because again, it seems so lopsided, him versus AJ Styles, but Toru Yano can show us what he can really do.
I think as soon as Toru Yano gets tagged in, he's going after that turnbuckle.
I would have to agree with you. I mean, this guy is quite mischievous. Will use any advantage he can to kind of get an upper hand.
And, I mean, as much as he loves wrestling, the only thing he loves more is selling those DVDs.
All about showing that merch, though.
Yeah. In a roundabout way, he's kind of a parody of John Cena.
And you see there the select official for this matchup checking on everybody. I think Toru Yano is going to start this thing off with AJ Styles. Wow, I mean, I just talked about earlier about Toru Yano potentially making a statement. He's going to have the chance to do it here.
I mean, all he really has to do is hold his own, and that'll be a statement enough in its own.
Exactly. I look at Toru Yano creating that distance. And that's the thing. I mean, AJ's seen a lot of things in his career, and no doubt Toru Yano has as well, but a good mind game, I think, never goes out of style. And look at Toru Yano there making the tag.
Perfect. I love it. He's so good.
Now AJ Styles will have to contend with this. I mean, that's got to kind of throw you off your game. You think you're going to deal with one guy, and you end up dealing with another guy.
Well, I mean, for what it's worth, he thought he was going to be dealing with Toru Yano, who's actually in the G1 tournament, and he ended up dealing with YOSHI-HASHI, who's kind of, in a roundabout way, kind of the bottom bitch of Chaos.
And, I mean, he's certainly shown it here, being caught in that side headlock is Hashi. And now look at that, trying to fight out of it with the, measured shots to the gut.
Shoots AJ off the ropes over top, leapfrog, and arm drag. Nice.
Yeah, beautiful arm drag, and then he gets another arm drag there for his
That almost looked more like a hip toss.
And now gonna slam him there, but AJ there with the crusher almost to the throat, and now look at this, Tama Tonga prime for a tag. And I'll tell you something, this young man right here, Tama Tonga, you want to talk about having all the tools, having the look to really just be a stud in this promotion. Tama Tonga, I feel like, has a huge upside that we haven't even begun to see yet.
In any promotion, really. Frankly, I'm surprised he hasn't been grabbed up by NXT yet, because, I mean, as confident as I am that the Young Bucks and AJ Styles are making probably more money in New Japan than they would at NXT, I don't know if I could say the same about Tama Tonga.
Yeah, you might have a point there, certainly. And now Toru Yano going to try and capitalize off of Hashi's offense on Tama Tonga. And now again, though, man, Toru Yano, man.
Tags YOSHI-HASHI back in, yeah. That might end up being the thing that cost them this match. Toru Yano's cowardice might cost them this match.
Well, see, you call it cowardice, but I was getting ready to say, like, you're talking to a guy in me. I've lived through the era of Goldust. I've seen all the pet coons, so to speak. And Toru Yano, man, he just throws me for a loop like no other. And Haji there accidentally hit AJ Styles. Well, I guess it can't be an accident when you're hurting the opposition, but he meant to hit Tama Tonga.
And then Tama Tonga came right back with a drop kick, and then he went over and took out Toru Yano as well. Now AJ Styles is actually getting to beat down YOSHI-HASHI a bit on the outside while the ref is counting.
And this is so smart, and I'm sure it's a strategy that Toru Yano could appreciate, again, exploiting every little advantage. Hashi was in enemy territory, and they milked it for all it was worth, and now Tama Tonga just picking apart Hashi here with the kicks.
Can I just say, I love that New Japan is basically going out of their way to say the Bullet Club aren't as good as the rest of New Japan, except for AJ Styles, who's better than everyone.
Yeah, there's a definite hierarchy there. And, look at that
Hashi. Yeah, because, I mean, if you think about it, AJ Styles, so far in this tournament, AJ Styles is the only member of the Bullet Club to have wins under his belt. Well, and even though it's only one, I'm personally predicting that the team of AJ Styles and Tama Tonga are going to win this match. And that'll put AJ's count up to 2, and it'll be basically Tama Tonga only won because of AJ Styles.
Right, and now Hashi, oh, what a double back body drop there. And Hashi's got to feel a long way from home, a long way to Toriano. Toriano trying to rally. I think he could do more of a service if he gets back up on the apron.
I don't know. I don't think he wants to do any more of a service. I think he just kind of wants to observe at this point.
Yeah, I think so as well. He still hasn't gone back on the apron. You're just going to leave your partner there in no man's land? Are you kidding me? Man, Hashi. You kind of feel like crap being stuck with a partner like Toru Yano, but I digress.
What a single knee backbreaker too. Oh, and now Toru Yano looks like he's getting up on the apron. Tags back in Tama Tonga, did AJ Styles.
I mean, Toru Yano, in a way, I can't entirely fault the man. He's probably got a selfish interest in just wanting to observe AJ Styles and dissect him, offensively to come up with a game plan before their matchup tomorrow night. And that's what I think is so big about these matches. I mean, it's not just a way to build momentum, but it's a way to study your opponent firsthand.
Tama Tonga, though, using that Pacific Islander headbutt to his advantage.
Yeah, right on the small of the back there, it seemed like, of Hashi.
Yeah, she did it twice in a row, and then a kick to the gut.
Man, Tama Tonga not messing around here. Like I said, I see so much upside to this young man that I think it's only a matter of time before he brings everything together into one coherent whole.
Oh, wow, nice jumping elbow drop.
Great elevation, and Hashi still kicks out.
Toru Yano actually got into the ring there. Almost looked like he was going to break up the pin if he had to.
If I didn't know any better, I'd say Toru Yano actually gives a damn. What a surprise. And there you see, Tama Tonga tags in AJ Styles. But again, I mean, I can't really fault Tama Tonga, or not Tama Tonga.
Oh, but right there, AJ just took out Toru Yano. I don't know if you saw that. He just back elbowed him, it looked like.
I didn't. What a knee to the face there, Hashi. AJ Styles, I'll tell you what. I think not only did AJ Styles' career get revived, when he went to New Japan, I think his ruthlessness was discovered. Because that man will pick you apart, and he will not care. He will wear you out.
And now he just kind of has a kind of like a front face lock almost.
Yeah. And Hashi, completely grounded. And see, that's the thing with Hashi. I mean, we see what he's kind of about, with his aerial offense and whatnot. Here's a guy that appreciates, I think, having a vertical base, and he's being completely deprived.
Look at that, though, John. Toru Yano comes in and kicks AJ Styles to get him off of YOSHI-HASHI. I think, like you said, he's proving that he isn't just kind of screwing around in this match and that he actually does care.
I mean, you're talking about a man very wily and Toru Yano, so whether his motivation is really to try and win this match...
Oh, wow, look at YOSHI-HASHI with the jumping, spinning neckbreaker on AJ Styles, and then a big lariat to Tama Tonga clears the way for him to go get a tag to Toru Yano, who might actually take the opportunity now. Yeah, now that everyone's down and out, he'll take the opportunity to go... Oh, but again, goes right for the turnbuckle.
You called it, man. You called it. Tama Tonga. Oh, and he hits it. Oh, yep. God, that can't be good on the ribs. Toru Yano was feeling it, but
oh man, see, yeah, he paid attention in the first match where he was going against, I want to say Makabe in G1. When every time he went for that taunt, he turned around and knew it was coming. Now, see, there you go, there it was. He predicted it that time.
Oh, but look at AJ Styles and AJ Styles not
dealing with yeah, it seems like it's so weird. He predicts it sometimes and then he doesn't.
Oh man, now Tama Tonga and AJ Styles going to send Oriana to the corner, and they do, and oh god, the whiplash on the back, and there's that flying clothesline there in the corner. Now Tama Tonga going to do a splash of his own. AJ Styles picks up Toriano, slams him down.
See, that's the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. We were talking about last time how AJ Styles does these amazing acrobatics and how he has some submissions, and then I brought up that I've seen him do power moves. And right there, he just scoop slammed Toru Yano. Now, Toru Yano, he might not be a 300-pounder, but he is not a small guy.
Absolutely, but look at Hashi there, kind of isolating the playing field potentially for Toru Yano. Tama Tonga there, oh, kind of like a flapjack there to Hashi.
Yeah, firemen's carry flapjack. Don't see that very often.
Now Toru Yano inverted a Tama drop there to Tama Tonga.
Of course he has the top drops.
Springboard forearm there by AJ Styles.
That's like the defining AJ Styles move.
Absolutely. Now AJ Styles shoots off the ropes. And look at Toru Yano! Oh my god, no way! 2, 3, oh my god!
Wow.
Are you kidding me?
So much for Bullet Club winning with AJ Styles.
but let's just take a moment, Ashton, and acknowledge, and I can't believe I'm using this word this sincerely in a sentence, the genius of Toru Yano throws Tama Tonga into Styles, almost into like a spear. It takes AJ Styles out, and Toru Yano gets the winning pin. He has shown tonight he is more than just a joke. He is somebody taking the G1 Climax very seriously.
Yeah. It kind of comes back to like, I don't know if it's something that he started doing more often a long time ago and then I just didn't know about it, or if it's just something that he started doing recently, going to do the thumbs to himself kind of RVD style pose, and predicting that somebody was going to try to attack him from behind. I love that he does that, because if everyone that did poses knew that someone was going to try to attack them from behind the way he does, I think it would make for a significantly more interesting landscape in the wrestling world.
I mean, we know AJ Styles is a big money player, but I'm looking at that and I'm thinking to myself, maybe Toru Yano isn't a walk in the park. Maybe I just won't be able to come in there and do whatever I want to Toru Yano tomorrow night. Toru Yano has made a statement. The G1 Climax is still way up in the air, and he's ready to take it.
Yeah, Toru Yano is a really interesting character.
I'll say, I still can't believe it. He pinned Tama Tonga. They beat the Bullet Club. Oh my god.
Well, I mean, the Bullet Club has been kind of treated as a joke lately.
Yeah, I mean, AJ
It's not the
Styles
whole
at least.
Bullet Club, but not pretty much everyone but AJ.
I mean, let's be honest here. Even though AJ did not eat the pin, and I can't emphasize that enough, Tama Tonga did eat the pin. It is going to say in the record books that Toru Yano was a part of a winning team over a team with AJ Styles on it. I mean, that's just the bare bones of it. Oh,
Yeah.
and here comes the we're seeing now the funky weapon Taguchi, I think, about to make his way to the ring.
He's going to be teaming up with Hiroyoshi Tenzan and Katsuyori Shibata to take on the team of Tanahashi, Naito, and Mascara Dorada.
Oh, man.
6-man tag action coming up.
Should be very interesting, the opposition having Tanahashi and Naito on the same team, since Tanahashi, should be babyface, and Naito, we know, just recently went heel, and certainly far more apathetic. You gotta wonder if you could trust Naito in this match.
Yeah, these multiple man tag matches typically don't really have a specific heel face dynamic. Like, even that last match, it's arguable that Chaos is essentially a heel faction, because it's basically just a bunch of guys that win with heel tactics, but the crowd still loves. And the Bullet Club's kind of the opposite. The Bullet Club is a heel faction that wins with shenanigans that the crowd is split on, because the true Purores Japanese wrestling fans hate the Bullet Club for bringing their sort of American shenanigans and their Western antics, I guess you could say, to New Japan. But it seems like a good majority of the rest of the world freaking loves Bullet Club because of just flat out how entertaining they are.
Well, I mean, you'll even hear Carl Anderson say, Bullet Club, they own, they run the wrestling world, and they've taken it by storm. But we'll see now which team in this matchup can get the other hand and really gain some much-needed momentum before some of their respective G1 Climax tournament matches.
Yeah. And as far as the whole heel face dynamic, as I was saying, I feel like they just kind of throw some of this stuff together. I mean, obviously they're specifically setting it up so that guys are facing guys that they're facing the next day or the next event for G1, but it seems like the actual teams are G1 competitors mixed in with one sort of designated job guy on each team to eat the pin.
Right.
And
I would agree with that as well.
I'm guessing that in this match, Dorada is going to be the one to eat the pin.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Because for some reason, they are just absolutely intent on protecting Ryusuke Taguchi, and I just don't understand it.
Now here comes the NWA World Heavyweight Champion in Tenzan.
Yeah, here he comes.
And Shibata and Taguchi, of course, already in the ring.
Yep. Shibata's a killer, man. He's really impressive. We saw him against AJ Styles last night, or on Monday, I guess it would have been. And he never ceases to impress.
He pushed himself to the limit. I mean, you're talking AJ Styles relentlessly worked over the leg, of Shibata, and that culminated in AJ Styles getting a calf killer. You and I thought that Shibata would have been wiser for him to tap, but he fought through the pain. Now, ultimately, yes, he did lose to AJ Styles, but the heart and pride he showed, I mean, again, do not count this man out. Same way I just got done saying about Toru earlier. You could start at an 0-1 record, but if you really start showing something and applying yourself, I mean, you could make that comeback, and Shibata's definitely in that category. 0-1 means nothing to an athlete of that caliber. Now here comes Tenzan here. Now he's in the ring, proudly adorning that NWA World Heavyweight Championship. And again, now we await the opposition, which should be very interesting. But that looks like a pretty game team from where I sit.
They are pretty beastly. I don't know. I got my money on this team too. I'm thinking it's probably going to end up being Shibata pinning Mascara Dorada.
Yeah, I think that actually sounds like a good combination there.
Oh, you know what? The way that they treat Tenzan, they treat him like he's a freaking god. So maybe it will be him.
But regardless, here we got our first entrance from the opposition. I believe that is Dorada, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, looks like it.
Yeah. And Dorada, though, you know, I mean, here's the guy. He's made his waves. I mean, I remember, you know, the last event before G1 Climax you and I watched, you had Dorada pin the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion and Kenny Omega. So I mean, he is capable, you know, of just getting that hiccup win on you before you know it. You blink and you miss it. And now here is Naito. Now, Naito has become a far more intriguing prospect to me since day one at G1 Climax, where he beat Bad Luck Fale. I mean, you and I were so perplexed. He came out in a suit and this iron-looking mask. You know, the mask kind of resembled to me Doctor Doom. And that's kind of the vibe I
Yeah,
got from
that's
Naito.
actually a really good comparison to make. I totally see that. I see where you're coming from there for sure.
Yeah, and Naito, when he removed the mask, I'll tell you, the expression, or should I say him being expressionless, told the whole story. I mean, like you said, Ashton, you know, you're kind of the journalist of the group, because I know you really keep your finger on the pulse of New Japan. Naito undergoing a transformation as of late. But it paid dividends. For day one at G1 Climax, he beat Bad Luck Fale, you know, which, I think we both saw him capable of doing. I mean, here's a guy that held his own against AJ Styles at Wrestle Kingdom 9. But, it's very interesting that Naito is going through this period. And
Yeah, I think that the way that they book Naito, he's kind of in that same category, either right around with or maybe just slightly below Kota Ibushi, where he's kind of like trying to break through to that like legitimate main event level with like the Hashi and Okada, Nakamura, Styles of the world, but he just hasn't been able to get there yet. And I feel like that's kind of where Shibata is right now too.
and very interesting here from Naito. I mean, Ashton, you pointed out how Naito just doesn't care anymore. He came out in such a perplexing attire in day one, and now here he's rocking the hat, the shirt. I feel like he just went to the merchandise stand and scooped up whatever he could find. And
Pretty much, yeah, that's what it feels like. I'd
and
be
yeah,
curious as to what his shirt says though.
yeah, I'd be curious as well. And Naito giving kind of an arrogant flex there. I mean, it's bad enough that the women already love him, but Naito certainly not lost on confidence in his own ability. And now here comes the man to beat in my mind.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised at all if he ended up picking up the winning pin on Taguchi.
Yeah, I mean, you know, all the combinations you mentioned make a lot of sense to me. But I mean, look at it. It's Tanahashi, the man in my mind of New Japan. I mean, like you said, they're top four guys, and Tanahashi's certainly up there. We've often made the comparison Tanahashi is like the John Cena of New Japan. And that's not meant to be a negative thing. That's not meant to be a thing that gets people snickering. I mean, Tanahashi's done so much in New Japan Pro Wrestling. I mean, the rap sheet's a mile long and then some. And now you see, look at that posing for the fans. We might be seeing some air guitar from Tanahashi here tonight. And I gotta tell you, both teams look ready. Who's gonna make a statement here? Who's gonna make an impact in this six-man tag? I mean, again, after I saw Toru Yano get the winning pin, I've convinced myself that anything is possible here.
Yeah, I guess anything really is kind of possible. I feel like we make all these kind of predictions, and it's mostly me, admittedly, making all these predictions and conjecture and all that kind of stuff, and next thing you know, something happens that we just flat out did not expect.
But that's the beauty of G1. I think it brings something out of people. You know, I mean, I don't blame you, Ashton, for all your conjecture. I engage in it myself. I thought Toru Yano was a joke. Next matchup, you figure he pins Tonga, you know? And
Who
I
you had
just
personally been building up the entire match.
absolutely. So you see how that works. I mean, Toru Yano knocking down my hype like a house of cards. And I mean, don't get me wrong. I know that Toru Yano is capable. When I say he's a joke, I mean relative to the Bullet Club, especially that particular pairing of Tonga and AJ Styles. But Toru Yano, he outsmarted him, and then that's what makes him so dangerous. Is that we want to laugh with Toru Yano. We want to be like, oh, he caught Tanahashi in a roll up. He's so funny, but I mean, what you're looking at is a very capable, very cerebral athlete. So I'm very much looking forward to his match with AJ Styles tomorrow night. And now, in the present, you've got Naito staring down Shibata.
Yeah, I can't possibly be the only one that foresees Naito walking out on his team.
Yeah, I got the same vibe. We're talking about a man that does not care anymore, that just, does whatever he wants, whenever he wants. I think he's going to look at this matchup as too much work from where I sit, but we'll see.
Well, not only too much work, but unnecessary in his eyes.
Absolutely. And now Shibata there with the waist lock early on. Now Naito trying to get control of the arm, though. And I think he has it. And look at that, it takes him to the ropes. Referee's going to have to force the break there. Now look at Naito trying to bend that wristband, trying to, kind of maximize the hold on Shibata.
Yeah, that looks really painful.
I mean, let me ask you something, Ashton. I mean, you and I, we've been watching this collectively, I think, for over 20 years between the two of us. I mean, do you think that this change in attitude is going to help Naito in the long run in the G1 Climax?
I doubt it. I don't know. It might, but I kind of doubt it.
I just feel
Oh!
like,
Oh, wow. It looked like Shibata really wanted that frickin' field goal kick there.
indeed, Naito had it scouted. But I was getting ready to answer, your response with I think Naito beforehand. I think may have let the fanfare go to his head. May have been content being the pretty boy. I mean, yeah, he had great matches, solid matches up to that point. I mean, again, held
Well, I
strong
mean,
to
it's
the
worth noting
titles.
that up until G1, we had really only known him as the guy who random fans would yell his name in the middle of his matches.
Exactly, and yet first day of G1, his first bout, he beats Bad Luck Fale, and I think that's making quite a statement. And now Tanahashi's in there with Shibata. And let me ask you something, Ashton, because I sometimes get the blocks confused. Are we ever going to see these two lock it up in the tournament, Shibata and Tanahashi, or are they in two different blocks?
Let's see. I want to say yes. I'm pretty sure they're in the same block. Well, I mean, here's the thing, John. If they were in different blocks, we wouldn't be seeing them face off against each other.
That's very true. That's very true. And I just
Because
think
every single person in each block competes each night.
that's indeed true. You make an excellent point there, because that's certainly a matchup.
Tanahashi
We'll see.
will face Shibata eventually, but for now, his tomorrow night's opponent for Hashi is actually Tenzan.
Right. And these two are in the ring now, actually. So we're going to get a little bit of a preview. As you see Tenzan, the NWA World Champion, working over the arm of the multi-time IWGP Heavyweight Champion Tanahashi. And if you could soften up that arm before your matchup tomorrow night, it would be certainly harder to scale the top rope for the high fly flow. So something for Tenzan to think about.
Yeah, that's very true.
Now Tanahashi, they're reversing the pressure.
Yep.
And now it switches to hammerlock and then side headlock and then headlock
Headlock
takeover.
takedown. Yep. Wow, these guys are going pretty much blow for blow at this point, keeping even with each other. I like that.
Indeed. Tenzan.
Tanahashi, though, there's just something about this guy that he's just got a really quiet charisma about him.
I have to agree. I mean, everybody knows. If you heard my commentary, from day one, they know how I feel about Tanahashi. But the man's conditioning, I think, to your point when we were talking about it on Monday, is off the charts, and just such a capable performer.
Oh, we're doing a test of strength style thing here with Tenzan and Tanahashi. Tenzan just challenging Tanahashi to try and take him off his feet, and Tenzan with the shoulder block takes Tanahashi off his own.
Beautifully done. And now Tenzan there. What a headbutt there. Tanahashi. And then the Mongolian chops.
I love that so much.
Oh, man, sending Tanahashi there to the floor, to the ground. And now Naito, I think, wanted to get somebody. I think he's going to think better of it. And look at this, Ash. I mean, kind of to your point. Yeah, you have Dorada, like, on the apron. He's ready to go. Naito, very hesitant. Still hasn't gotten on the apron himself. You know, Naito, very wary, I think, to really participate in this match. And now Tanahashi goes to the ropes. Springboard crossbody there. Rolls over. Can he get a tag? Or I guess he's thinking he doesn't want a tag. I don't know if I agree with
Would
that.
you want to tag if Tetsuya Naito and Mascara Dorada were your two partners and you just so happen to be the top son of a bitch in the company?
I guess not. You know, I think when you put it like that, I mean, damn, who would want to tag? But now Taguchi coming in. Taguchi.
Oh boy, are we ready for ass-based offense, everybody?
I guess we are.
I feel like I'm. Oh wow, look at that! It looked like Mascara Dorada was actually like taunting Taguchi for his ass-based offense, and then Taguchi actually used said ass-based offense.
Yeah, he shut that down.
Yeah.
Dorada there shoots Taguchi off the ropes. Taguchi leaps over. Now Dorado.
Oh,
beautiful.
Dorada.
My apologies.
Grab him by the hand, going for probably an arm drag. Yeah, arm drag.
And he got it beautifully executed by Dorada.
That was really nice. Yeah. Oh, going off the ropes, going to get a suicide dive here. Over the top rope flip. Beautiful.
And he got it. He got it.
Yep, he just clipped the hell out of Taguchi's wings.
Yeah, he just cleared that space.
Yeah, that was beautiful. And now the ref going to be counting. I believe the refs count to 20, but it's a lot quicker count in New Japan. So it's not, it's actually, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, that kind of pace rather than WWE where it's 1. Wait for it. 2!
And now you see Dorada there trying to go for the pin attempt, but immediately goes back to controlling the arm. And Naito actually offering the hammer tag, and Dorada hesitantly tags him in.
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of real tension on that team. I think that might actually cost them the match, unless Hashi just decides to go on one of his hot streaks.
And that certainly wouldn't surprise me, but now Naito's going to try and pick apart Taguchi here. Nice
arm
drag.
My god, that arm drag. Oh, that drop kick!
Beautiful.
Naito, yeah, that's the thing. Naito is in a position where he is just not willing to put up with any of Taguchi's shit.
And you know what? I certainly can't say that I blame Naito. I mean, again, I think this change in attitude, I have to disagree with you. I feel like
Tanahashi just tagged himself in.
Oh, that's not going to sit well with Naito.
Did you see that, though? Did you see him do it?
I think I caught out of the corner of my eye, yeah, him tagging Naito's shoulder there.
Oh, man, and now he just gets in Naito to the top rope. What is he doing?
I don't know.
I guess that was just his lazy way of getting out of the ring. I mean, seems like if you're going to be lazy, you just like lay down and roll out, but I guess, I don't know, that looked weird.
See, and this isn't trying to make excuses for Naito, but we've been saying lazy.
Tanahashi with the senton, beautiful.
Beautifully done by Tanahashi. I mean, again, that's why this man has been to the top of the mountain, the IWGP Heavyweight Championship multiple times, because of moves like that. But yeah, just to finish my thought about Naito, I mean, we call it laziness. What if the man's just being tactical? He realizes that the G1 Climax is a marathon. And, I can't really say I blame him for his disposition. Taguchi now, reversing Tanahashi. Oh, tried to go for that, that was version of review.
Oh.
And he got it.
I was so impressed by Tanahashi, too, because he saw that Taguchi had turned around and wasn't facing him. So he saw what direction Taguchi was getting ready to turn around, and he ran around him so that he was facing his back. But I guess Taguchi caught him and still managed to hit him with the rear view ass slam thing.
And look at Tenzan
Mongolian
there.
chops for days.
And again, these two will meet up, I believe
tomorrow.
You said tomorrow night. Yes.
Yep.
So this could be indicative of where things are going to go. And Tenzan now, I don't really say there's nothing about Tanahashi, but Tenzan really having his way with Tanahashi, and what a suplex there.
Yeah, really nice vertical suplex, and goes right for the cover, but not even hooking the leg. Very disrespectful, I think.
Well, I think it's taking your opponent lightly, and why the hell?
I mean, of all the people to take lightly, Hiroshi Tanahashi is not the person to do it with.
Now Tanahashi, they're starting to mount a comeback. But again, Tenzan,
going for the
Mongolian chops are checked, and now Tanahashi with Mongolian chops of his own.
Very nice. Oh, but the falling, spinning heel kick from Tenzan knocks Tanahashi down. And again, going for the pin without hooking the leg. What is your problem, Tenzan?
I feel like you get all the leverage you possibly can out of every cover, and Tenzan just being quite lazy, if you ask me.
Yeah, Tanahashi off the ropes. Oh, he went for something, but Tenzan ducked it. Grabbed it. Oh,
Oh,
dragon screw.
Oh,
That's going to
oh.
be huge.
Ask Kota Ibushi how that feels.
Yeah, well, and freaking everyone that ever faces Tanahashi gets that. So, I
Yeah.
mean, even before the Ibushi thing, we could have asked Okada how it felt because he was ripping that leg apart. Oh, now we got
Yes!
Naito tagging himself in.
Oh, see, I knew this friction was going to come up to the surface, and now it's
Oh,
Naito and
wow,
Tenzan.
Naito just brawling with Tenzan. Goes after Shibata. Has Shibata even been in this match since the one little exchange that he had with, I want to say it was Naito?
I don't believe so.
Because it seems like this match has been really dominated by everyone. Oh, never mind. Here comes Shibata.
Shibata's emotions getting the better of him. I can't say I blame him. Does Tenzan even know a tag was made?
Heads are about to get kicked off.
Oh, man, Shibata's done. He's done.
Yeah, he's...
Oh, no, he's stomping a mud hole in Naito here.
And walking it dry.
Well, I mean, actually, he better be careful he doesn't get
Oh,
swallowed.
my God, the speed. No, what a basement drop kick. Good Lord.
Beautiful.
Shibata, man, he's a killer. I'll say it once and I'll say it again. He is an absolute killer. I love it. I'm a big fan of this guy, and I know his backstory and everything, but it doesn't take away from the fact that he's freaking exciting to watch.
Hey, when you're capable, and that's all you need to discuss, in my view.
Yeah.
Past is prologue, to quote William Shakespeare.
Oh, perfect looking figure four.
Shibata's got figure four there on Naito. Naito, did he ever get the shirt off of his face? Can he see it?
Oh, he just grabbed the ref and pulled him down and got to the ropes that way, I think.
I'm telling you, you know what? I'm sorry. I mean, I don't know. I don't care if it makes me come off a certain way. I like the attitude change in Naito. I think this is something that he's really needed. It's not about the fangirls. It's not about who can say your name a million times in one match. It's about being the top dog. It's about being the IWGP Heavyweight Champion. And I feel like Naito might have finally cracked the code to finally get there.
And by the way, what does it say about... Well, wow, what a great dropkick from Naito to take Shibata out by the knee. But what does it say about Shibata's attitude towards Naito when Shibata, a primarily strike-based wrestler, goes for a submission, really trying to injure, not just hurt, but injure Naito's leg.
And you want to talk about injuring legs. I mean,
Naito just that knee to the gut.
But yeah, that was more of a move, I think, actually, to reset the playing field. As you see now, Taguchi gets the tag from Shibata. Naito's still in there. And
really, Taguchi?
I don't know if the guy knows how to do anything else. Off the ropes, and of course.
Get in there, Dorada. Get in there, Dorada.
Yeah. Naito, though, I'll tell you, him and Shibata, I'd like to see more of those two in the ring. But now Dorada, oh my God, the flexibility and the drop kick.
Beautiful.
I know, Taguchi's still just able to kick out.
Tenzan almost got in there to break that up, though. He's antsy. Yeah, Tenzan, it seems like Tenzan has been on the offensive side of this entire match. I don't think he's eaten much offense at all.
Well, I mean, I think you'd come to expect that kind of toughness from the NWA World Champion, and now Dorada. Oh, look at him scaling the ropes, and then what a scent on there.
That was really cool looking.
God. And Taguchi's still able to kick out. And look at Tanahashi here. Oh, taking it to Shibata.
That was brilliant. He did a diving forearm to Shibata while simultaneously getting his foot up to kick Tenzan off the apron.
That's why Tanahashi is the man of New Japan. And now Dorada there, skin on the top rope. Tanahashi slams Taguchi. There's the moonsault. Beautiful form. Cover. One.
Tenzan. Oh, he kicked out. Wow. Hashi going after Tenzan, then after Shibata, takes them both out, goes out after Tenzan. In the meantime, Dorada whips Taguchi, scoop. Oh, Taguchi, it almost looked like he was going to go for a run. Taguchi, Dragon, no!
No, victory roll! Dorada,
and he kicks out. Wow.
Wow.
It looked almost like we were going to get the first ever Dragon suplex in this year's G1.
Actually, that would have been, I believe, a Tiger suplex. And is he going to... Oh, Tiger suplex here! No!
A Tiger suplex is a double underhook. That was a chicken wing, brother.
Well, I mean, when you have the arms hooked like Taguchi did, and you throw him backwards, that is a Tiger suplex. But
a Tiger suplex is a full Nelson suplex.
No, that's the Dragon suplex.
Oh no, I got him backwards. Then yeah, you're right. I got him mixed up. Oh, what a drop kick to Dorada though.
Dorada there, hooked to the leg,
and that's it.
Oh my God!
Taguchi picks up the pin on Dorada. Well, I knew who was going to be eating the pin, but I didn't know who was going to be picking up the pin.
Well, can we just talk about the big story here to me is Tanahashi on the losing team.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not so much. Tanahashi didn't really lose. He just kind of
Well, that's what
sat
I'm saying.
around while
He
someone
was,
else lost.
that's what I'm saying. He was a part of the losing team. I mean, he
Yeah,
himself didn't take the loss, but still, record books are going to say that Tanahashi was a part of the losing team here.
yeah.
And I mean, yeah, if you're
I mean, if I'm
Tenzan,
Tanahashi, as much as I would have wanted to win that match, I'm really not worried about that being on my record books.
exactly. I mean, this was not a tournament matchup, and the tournament matchups say that Tanahashi is 1-0, as
Exactly.
is Tenzan, to be fair. But yeah, if I'm Tanahashi, I'm still feeling good about my chances.
Naito leaving already.
Yeah, again, guy does not care. He came, he punched his clock in, and now he's punching it out.
Yeah. Oh, is that Shibata going after Naito?
Might be.
I think it was. Oh man.
Those two are not done with each other, and more should I say, Shibata is not done with Naito.
I think that's actually a match that's happening tomorrow night. Is Naito versus Shibata? Yeah, it is. Oh, that's gonna be amazing.
Well, you can officially declare that as the match I'm looking most forward to.
Yeah.
That's
No
gonna
kid.
be that's gonna be really something between the technical prowess of Shibata
Yeah.
against the new no nonsense attitude and the apathetic attitude, or should I say, maybe shrewd and cunning would be better,
Yeah.
of Naito.
Well, now we know what our 5 matches are going to be tomorrow. Our 5 G1 matches. We've got Kota Ibushi taking on Doc Gallows, Bad Luck Fale taking on Togi Makabe, Toru Yano taking on AJ Styles, Katsuyori Shibata taking on Tetsuya Naito, and Tanahashi taking on Hiroshi Tenzan.
Yeah, I
Those
mean
are
it's
our 5 matches tomorrow night. But now, ladies and gentlemen, that was the end of the first half of day 2 of the G1 Climax 2015. It's the 25th G1 Climax. And because of that, we're going into intermission, and John and I are going to cut the recording here. Again, just to be clear, we will be back with part 2, and our recording will start when the bell rings for Satoshi Kojima versus Tomohiro Ishii.